You don't seem so confident in your response there.
Because
Hey everybody, welcome to Thanks. This is Bob.
Hey everyone, this is Miles. I'm going to read this disclaimer. Hello, this is Miles' title. What I'm about to say is completely scripted. That the other gentleman who does this makes me say certain things on the show that I would not normally say. So please, whatever.
I'm
Thanks.
not liable for the views of the writer.
Yeah. No, I was at a little bit of a pseudo family get together. My
So
niece.
has this been
was
happening for 20 some years? Has somebody been writing your words?
No. It always weirds me out when like someone from my family's like, "Hey, I started listening to your show." I'm like, "Oh God,
Oh
no!"
my gosh.
And now my niece is like, "Oh yeah, my brother showed me where your show is," and I'm like, "Oh no!"
Oh yeah.
I go, "Don't listen to it, please. Don't listen to it. Don't." I
Now
don't.
she's got a mental picture of me naked.
Yeah, I'm like, please don't listen to the show. It's not really appropriate.
It's not. You're so young at 37 or whatever.
Yeah, pretty much. I was just like, I really don't,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
So I
funny.
want to thank.
That's funny.
I know. So I want to thank my nephew for bringing her into the loop. I
Was
really
this
wish he
the
was
nephew
happy.
that I know? The one that I knew as a
No,
child? Okay, different nephew.
no, you have not met this guy.
Oh, okay. Just checking. Because I
You
mean, he
have
was
met.
your other nephew, whoever he is. I can't remember his name at this point, but he was already a very adept young person when I met him many years ago. To
Yeah, he's a pretty
to
cool dude
find
too.
things, you know what I mean? So
Yeah, yeah. Well, I've got what, four nephews?
oh, really? I didn't know that.
I've got four nephews. Yeah. Wait, I got nine nieces. Oh
Oh my
shit.
god. You know what they
Oh.
say about those titles? They really like to fuck.
Once again, my niece might be listening to this, so I really would ask you to curb your language, please.
Oh, I'm
I don't
sorry.
want her
That
really
was written
hearing.
on my script here. Somebody wrote
Yes,
that
just so you
down.
know, I do not believe in the views of this other gentleman talking. This is all his dirty language that he brings
Somebody
every
wrote
week.
that. I just reading off the paper here.
No, no, it's like, like they're all having kids now and stuff like that, and it's like, I swear I cannot keep these kids' names straight. I just cannot.
So everybody's bub or
Yeah,
sis.
like I just have no conception of what these kids' names are. I'm like, ooh,
So you finally just you've reached the same level as your brother who thinks he's related to anybody in this presence.
yeah, pretty much, pretty much. Actually, I did see my brother this weekend. Actually,
Oh, well, that's nice. Did he
he was asking about
recognize
you. He's
you?
like, yeah, he's like, hey, whatever happened to our fat cousin with the curly hair and the glasses that kind of look like a woman? And I go, oh yeah, he's still
Yeah,
around.
he's still around. You know, we're not related, you know.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, no, that was just kind of interesting, I guess. I suppose. But anyway, just once
So if
again,
you're
I'm not really
listening,
responsible.
young titles, don't
Yeah, please
follow
don't
in
judge
your
me.
relation's footsteps.
Yeah, don't judge me for this podcast, please.
Oh yeah. Oh
I mean,
gosh, man, distancing,
everyone else can go
distancing.
fuck off, but my family, I just want them, if they
Mister
do listen to
distance
this,
himself
please.
from everything he's ever
I'm
done.
made to say this stuff. I don't want to, but I somehow
I
owe this gentleman something for some
I
reason.
agreed to a multi-year contract with no
This
no way out of it.
this this guy helped me like with a project once in college, and now I like, owe him
I'm
like this
in debt.
lifetime debt or something, and
Yeah.
whatever, So, whatever. So
Okay.
I just want to get that out. So, did I tell you the story of me being at the box store?
Yeah, I don't. I mean, you have a lot of stories about you
but
and your boxers. But no, go ahead.
and yeah, me and my boxers, we were just laying around, and no, I'm actually I don't know. I'll just repeat myself, but anyway. So I'm at the box store, and my wife had bought this bird feeder, and it like sat in the box for like 3 months, and we finally got it up, and I'm like, okay. And then I'm like, I should get some bird seed. No,
this is just the story of your life.
I hadn't gotten it up for 3 weeks. Once again, I don't
like
usually talk like
the
this,
ongoing saga. You're like the anti-penthouse letters or something.
My uncle's ED. Anyway,
we got this bird feeder, and
isn't that bird feeder stand for something else there, old Uncle Miles? Or no?
Yeah, is it symbolic in some way? I don't know.
Don't make me laugh. And so I go to the box store, and I'm like, they've moved everything, because everything's seasonal and everything's moved around.
Yeah, they gotta move it around so you get confused.
I go, hey man, where's the mother-loving bird seed at? And he's like, oh, it's at the scary dark corner of the store. Just keep walking that way. I'm like, okay.
Keep going down this hallway, and eventually you'll see it.
It's right next to the shitter, so just keep walking. Okay.
That's right. You know where that is. You come in here every Friday.
Yeah. And so there's like already a dude there, like just some dude kind of looking around at the bird. Of course, they've got to have like 100 different types of bird seed,
Yeah. Well,
No peanuts, just in case the birds are allergic. I mean, there's all sorts of.
This bird seed comes with a EpiPen.
Yeah, I mean, like, okay, so I'm like, yeah, of course, I'm looking for the cheapest, and bird seed's always so overpriced anyway, right? So
yeah, it's all gonna just go. Squirrels are gonna eat it anyway, so.
Yeah, so I'm like, okay, well, I think I'm getting close to the cheap stuff, but I have to actually move closer to like the dude that's already there, because he seems to be closest to the cheap stuff.
By the way, you have not told this story.
Okay, good. I just want to make sure. And so I'm ready to go, and I'm about ready to go get it. And out of the blue, I hear, Shepards-Hooks.
Okay.
What?
Shepards-Hooks.
Shepards-Hooks.
Okay.
Yeah, what's going on with Shepards-Hooks here? They're not long enough.
Gotcha.
Okay. Well, what are you doing with Shepards-Hooks? Well,
was he talking to you? Was he talking to you about this?
Yeah. He's talking to me. He's kind of looking forward, but he's just having this conversation about Shepards-Hooks. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah.
So you feel compelled to answer his question.
Yeah, unlike you, who's so freaking rude to everybody. I'm like, okay, I'll be nice. I'll just, maybe this guy's, different. I don't. And
maybe we're related. So you can't tell.
Maybe we're related. I don't know. Maybe it's my brother. I don't know who it was. So, and basically, his thing is, I want like one that's like really super tall, so there's no way squirrels could get his bird seed.
Ah, yes, the anti-squirrel shepherd hook.
I'm like, this is really a weird conversation. I mean, it started off weird, and it just kind of. And now I've engaged him, and I go, now I know why Bob doesn't engage people, because he just, like you would have just walked away at a certain point. I know that. You'd be like,
yeah, I would have. I probably wouldn't have even acknowledged that they were talking to me.
Yeah, suddenly someone's like, huh.
Yeah.
So, all right. So I'm like, so after about a minute, I'm like, okay, well, maybe we'll just wrap this up. So I get the bird seed. And the dude finally turns to look at me, and you know what his shirt said?
Kiss me, I'm local.
No.
Oh.
No, that was my shirt. But there's 2 words on his shirt. You know what it said?
Tweety Bird?
Star Wars.
Really? He was wearing a Star Wars shirt looking for Shepherd.
I'm like, oh, this gentleman is on the spectrum, I bet.
Oh, just because he's wearing a Star Wars shirt, he's on the spectrum? Come on.
Okay, a dude's there by himself wearing a Star Wars shirt. Yeah. like
No,
having some deep.
that's stereotypical.
Okay, I'll bet the farm on this one. Okay, that I'm right.
Maybe he's
Because my
just a
whole
Star
family's
Wars
full of
fan.
people on the spectrum. Okay, so don't even
Well,
try to.
you don't even know what
I,
your family. That's the problem with your family. You don't even
I'm on the
know.
spectrum. Okay, I know me, so I know.
Okay,
Yeah,
you're on the spectrum of obscenities.
yeah. No, I mean no, nothing against the guy, but it just kind of became clear as he turned to look at me. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
oh,
Is he
okay,
cross-eyed or something?
yeah, yeah.
Got the googly eyes.
I don't know. He looked at me. He's like, "I'll be your Huckleberry." I'm like, "Oh." I'm like, "Get out of here, Hoss. I don't want to talk to you." No,
maybe he,
no, give me God. What?
uh, maybe he just likes Star Wars.
And starting off weird conversations. Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know.
or maybe you just joined into his private conversation and you weren't even supposed to join in. You're supposed to mind your own goddamn business.
Maybe he was just having some monologue. Huh? Shepherd's hooks. I'll never forget the day my family was killed by shepherd's hooks.
Wouldn't it be funny instead of energy weapons, they shot Shepards, hooks, in Star Wars?
Sorry, I'm not allowed to talk to you, sir. My friend said I'm not, so I'm going to leave.
Oh my goodness! Did you
You
help him
don't think
find
that?
a shorter
You don't think?
Shepherd hook?
Huh?
Did you help him at all or no?
I go, just rub it. It gets bigger.
Ah, jeez.
Then I left, and then it was like, okay.
Yeah, okay.
You don't think there's a slight chance? You don't.
There's always a chance. I mean, but it's like 1 in
Okay.
25 people are on the
Well, I guess what?
spectrum.
I found I found Waldo. Okay, I found Waldo. Okay, deal with it.
If there's 25 people in the aisle, probably him.
Hey, I don't have anything against the guy. Okay, I love I'm down with autism, man. Whatever, I'm good with it.
I'm
I'm
down with
down with it.
autism. You down with?
You down with OPP?
You know me.
Yeah, AUT. You down with
You down with
AUT?
ASP? Yeah, you know, or
Yeah, you know
ASD?
me.
Yeah, you know
Yeah,
me.
HTC. Yeah, you
Yeah,
know
yeah,
me.
that's you. Yeah, HTC.
Yeah, PDD.
My TCH.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying. No, I mean nothing against the guy. I don't have anything against him. It just seemed like, yeah.
I got nothing against him other than the fact that I'm going to make a huge leap in assumption that he's on the spectrum because he wears Star Wars and he talks to himself. Star Wars shirt.
Okay.
I'm sure he was,
Okay.
oh, this guy next to me, he's into RuPaul's Drag Race and thong underwear.
Okay. Listen, I've got a lot of street smarts. Okay. I mean, you have a lot of book learning, but I have street
I
smarts.
got the street
okay?
smarts. You hear me? I got the smarts from the street.
And I can kind of pick up people. Okay.
I grew up in the suburbs of Chicago. I know what it's all about.
Well, I grew up in farm fields and
yeah,
cities.
I grew up in the deep
Both.
suburbs, the way out suburbs.
Yeah, the way out suburbs. Downers Grove.
Out here in the fields.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm just saying.
Did you help him or you skitter off?
I pulled a Bob Lamette. And I said, "Oh, my mom's calling," and I ran away.
Did he go, "Your shirt's too small"?
I tell you, I'm gonna go back to the bird seed aisle this weekend. I'll go back.
Okay.
If the gentleman's there, I will ask him personally.
He's probably not going to be there again. I mean, hopefully he got what he needed.
I'm thinking, yeah, he's gonna be there again.
You think it's like a habit?
I think so.
I come here every week waiting for the short shepherd's hook.
It's my obsession. It's my obsession.
I'm logging all the shepherd hook links.
Well, I just think I'm right.
So you did not help him, and you did not.
I agreed with him. I go, yeah, they're just not long enough, are they?
Yeah, these things.
I mean, he was right. I mean, he did have a point. They are not really that long, but
Yeah.
he wasn't crazy. I mean, he was making a good point, a valid point.
That's a valid point there. You know, and you know, it's only 10 minutes to Wapna.
I don't, you know, I'm going to walk up to people just randomly and just start a conversation just like he did to me and see how it goes. Huh. Pineapple juice. Huh.
They probably say, ma'am, the body razors are in aisle 15 up by the pharmacy.
Nice.
You look like a hairy bull dyke walking around the store.
Yeah, why not? Yeah, whatever. I wouldn't make that assumption, but no, I wouldn't. No.
Oh my God.
I don't do that.
I don't do that. I just did it, but normally I don't.
I don't judge everyone. Just
I only judge people that I feel are lesser than me. That's all.
Well, you think everyone's lesser than you, so you're kind of a hypocrite. So I really don't enjoy your bullshit. You hate everybody. No, you're always like, oh, I won't go to Miles's apartment in college anymore because someone asked me if I had wanted drugs.
No, he wanted money from me.
Yeah. Okay. And then you never came to my apartment again. You're like, I'm going to get raped. I'm not going to go back. I'm like, all right, well, whatever. I hope you're okay, man. No, I'm going to be in my apartment.
That's a true story, by the way. I didn't think I was going to get raped, but I didn't like getting panhandled.
I kind of, yeah. Well, I knew where you were going with your whole rationale. You kind of jumped to the next thing, so you're like, okay.
No, I can't stand to get panhandled. Oh my God.
Take my books, please.
This guy panhandled me for like blocks.
Yeah, so what?
Oh, I don't like that.
Well, why don't you help? Whoa, okay. Now we're getting somewhere. Okay. Yeah, because he was a filthy bum, and you hate filthy bums.
I think I just don't like to get panhandled. I don't care if he was, you know.
All right. Why can't you say, no, sir?
I did. I said,
but no,
nothing. I'm going. And I kept walking, and he kept following me and kept asking me.
You did not look him in the eye. You did not look him in the eye.
Well, you know that I did not look him in the eye.
Go bye-bye now.
I kept walking. I said, no.
No.
I go, These Shepards-Hooks.
Panhandlers. Yeah, you're such a hypocrite. God, you are such a freaking...
I'm not a hypocrite. There's a totally different scenario. You go from a harmless guy wearing a Star Wars shirt who needs help with a Shepherd-Hook to a guy who's hassling you down the street.
You know, this coming from a guy who would not let a vision-impaired person go to a party that he was throwing because strictly based on the young man having the vision-impaired problem.
I was not discriminating him because he couldn't see. I was discriminating against him because he was an asshole I didn't want to have around.
I mean, there was only one room for an asshole, and that was you, basically.
Exactly.
You didn't want the competition.
Once I'm there, I fill the void, and we don't need any more.
And he was vision impaired, and you didn't like that, so you said no.
No, I don't care. I helped him in the library because he was vision impaired.
But I think I know. I think I heard you once say that, though. Like, I will not.
No, I did not discriminate against him because he was vision impaired.
I think you thought it.
I didn't.
You thought this.
The views of this script are not.
Okay. Well, whatever. I don't know. You get all weird.
Yeah. No, I don't. I didn't like him. He was just weird. I did not like him.
You have weird encounters, and that's okay. I have one weird encounter, and you're like, "Oh, you stupid jerk, judging people."
Man, you're so sensitive tonight.
This guy looks down on everybody. I'm telling you right now.
I don't look down on anyone. I just don't want to talk to them.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
I don't.
You live in your gated community. Don't start this.
I don't live in a gated community. I don't want to interact.
In your mind, you do. In your mind.
Well, that's for sure. I do have a gated community.
Okay, well, whatever. Don't judge me, man. Don't judge me.
Hey, I'm not. I'm just making statements.
Only God can judge me.
Oh my gosh.
You know, that's what I say.
Only God.
That's right.
Only God in the state of Iowa can judge me.
That's right. Yeah.
I'm sorry, boy. This has been
I'm
painful
just
for you.
saying.
I
I
didn't
just
mean.
thought
Jeez.
it just seemed like it was adding up. The whole thing just seemed to be adding up. Like.
So did you whenever after you left? Did you sneak back by to see if you picked one out?
I had other things to get, so I
Okay.
really, at that point, I broke it off, and I said, I really have to
At
do
that
some
point,
other
I
things.
had the urgent need to use the restroom.
I had to go get some PVC pipe.
I
And,
had to go lay some PVC pipe.
Yeah.
Oh my Lord!
Yeah.
This must have been traumatic for you.
Well, I've been holding this story for like 2 or 3 weeks. So.
If I were Lauren Cocking,
Yeah.
and you were pitching me a film idea,
Yeah. Lauren Cocky was our old professor, by the way, at film school.
I would say, so
Am I funny or
you're
sad
in a big
or...
box store.
Yeah.
And you see a guy with a Star Wars shirt talking to himself about Shepards-Hooks.
Okay. I know someone at a store, and you dare not wear anything like that because this person will engage you in about a half an hour conversation about such things. And this person's a little bit out there to begin with.
Sure.
And I'm sure I'm not allowed to judge this person, but I'm just saying.
Okay.
Whatever. Whatever.
I think that maybe you need to come up with another idea there, title.
Yeah.
There's a recycle machine down on the bench penny.
I'm gonna wait. The next time you come up with one of your stories like this, I'm just gonna go ballistic.
Well, hey, maybe tonight's the night. You want to hear what I've got to say?
Yeah, let's hear your. Yeah, since I ruined tonight, let's hear yours. No, I want to hear yours.
I'm trying to think of what I'm even going to talk about.
I don't know what I'm going to talk about. Yeah, because you had to change it up. Because you were going to talk about the same thing I did. Now you're trying to change it up. Like, don't worry. Take your time. Take your time. Just everyone's waiting.
Well, this is a very short story. So, I was I had to go help my brother this last week. I don't know if I mentioned that to you. I was gone for a week to help my brother. And,
what?
Yeah, I've been gone. Not quite a week, but most of a week. Yeah.
Wow.
So he needed some help because he had to have a surgery, and I went and stayed with him to help him through this. And and so he lives in Tennessee currently,
right?
And
I don't know whose house I was at. He said he was my brother, but I have no idea.
I have no idea.
He said
he had my phone number, which I don't give to anybody. So
yeah.
It was only one of the very few people who have this my cell phone number. So
there's this Bob-Lament.
Yeah, and so anyway, I went down to help him, and so everything went fine, And so then after he gets done with that, I stayed with him for a few days just till he felt pretty good, and we went out to lunch, and we went out to lunch to this little place that he likes to go to. It's like a little diner kind of thing, And he goes there, I guess, with some frequency, or at least every once in a while. And the lady was chatting us up, the waitress.
Mm-hmm.
And I always find this funny because, and you and I actually don't sound alike, even though we grew up, not a huge amount of distance apart, probably a few hundred miles apart.
Right.
So my brother's like, this is my brother. He introduced me to her, and he gave him the scenario and everything. And he goes, can't you tell? Because we sound similar. And she goes, "Oh yeah, you guys kind of sound alike, you know." And
Mm-hmm.
he goes, "Where do you think we're from?" She goes, "Michigan." I'm like, "Michigan?"
Michigan. What?
Exactly. I'm like, "Michigan." I'm like, "Okay." I mean, I didn't say anything to her, but I know you have, you know, people that you know in Michigan, and we don't sound anything like people from Michigan.
I can pick out Wisconsin people and Michigan people.
Yeah, Wisconsin. Yeah, exactly. And we don't. In fact, I always, you know, at least, and I don't know if people want to, you know, send us a note or something on this. Tell us what you think. But you and I have very little accent in regards to the rest of the country, I believe, because we're from the middle of the country. So
We have a boring voice. Yes, we
yeah,
don't have.
so
We don't hire one of these talking
yeah, we
dudes.
don't. Yeah, and you are from northern part of Illinois, and I am from the central part of Illinois, and neither one
Right.
of us have a really strong accent.
Yeah.
Is my thought. Obviously, I could be wrong, but I couldn't believe it. She said Michigan, and I was just like kind of dumbfounded. Yeah. Now this isn't the first time that I've had people say something totally crazy in relation to my voice.
Yeah.
And so, because just recently, I guess it was before COVID, but within the last 5 years, I was in Nantucket, and
Yeah.
I hopped into this Uber. I think I told that story, and the lady says, "Are you guys from Georgia?" I'm like, "Georgia?" Because she asked where we're from, and I said, "Where do we sound? Where does it sound like we're from?" And she said, "Georgia." I'm like, what the fuck? I'm not from Georgia. I don't sound like anything like people from Georgia.
No. What?
Yeah,
How
so
would you-
I find this crazy that when I was out east, I sounded like I was from the south, and when I was down south, I sound like I was from the north. So I don't know.
That's weird.
It is weird, isn't it?
Well, because my mom like was born and raised in like Upper Michigan and stuff, and then she lived in like Chicago suburbs pretty much most of her life. And she was at work one day because she couldn't have worked at the nut house or something, and someone said, "Oh, I can tell you're from Michigan." She goes, "How can you tell that?" He goes, "The way you talk."
Really?
And I always saw some story like that. She just really was amazed because this person's immediately like, "Oh, you're from Upper Michigan."
So, but he must have. Yeah, I don't know where these other people get. I mean, they must never leave town or something. I don't know, but I don't sound like I'm from Michigan. I certainly don't sound like I'm from Georgia.
I don't know. Hey, oh hey.
Oh hey there, yeah.
Oh,
But isn't that
Holy
hilarious
wow.
though? Isn't that weird? And so then my brother, he doesn't sound much. He sounds like a rougher version of me, like a more
Nick Nolte.
yeah, a
strong
little
Nick
more of a
Nolte.
Nick Nolte version of me. Yeah, a little more rough around the edges, kind of. And yeah, but I'm like, really, Michigan? Go figure.
Do people in Decatur have accents, or is it pretty much as a whole?
No.
As a whole, would you say?
No, I do think that there is, depending on where you grew up in Decatur, there is a slight difference, but
Yeah.
it's very, very slight because I think people who lived in the city in Decatur sound
Yeah.
more like you towards Chicago than people who lived outside the city, like I did. Yeah, like Chicago. Than people who lived outside the city who sound more like me. So yeah.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah. But I
Yeah.
just found that hilarious, and anyway, we
That
had a
was
good
weird.
lunch at the diner, and it was fun and nice and everything. But I was just like, really? I mean, it always throws me whenever people, can't play when they're like totally off base. I mean, it's like, do you even know anybody from Michigan? That's why I always want to ask. Do you even know
Are
anybody?
you from Boston by
Yeah,
chance? 'Cause you
Boston?
sound just like
Hey,
you're from.
let's go park the car in the yard.
Hey, could you say park the car?
Yeah. So
Could you say wicked awesome?
it was funny.
Oh.
It was.
That was weird. Yeah, I
it
wouldn't
is
know. I wouldn't
weird.
even guess that. Wow, that's like because I have a weird thing. I love accents, and I always try to pick out,
what the accent is.
Yeah, I just to see if I'm right. Like is that like Minnesota or what is
Well,
that? Is that
yeah,
like,
Minnesota. Minnesota. Yeah, the so she was way off, but she was very nice, and we had a nice lunch and everything. But and and that's probably one of the very few people that I talked to on that whole trip, other than my brother when I was there.
I
So
was going to show you my boobies if you're from Michigan, but
yeah, if
you
you're
ain't.
from
So
Michigan, yeah,
two
no,
boobies.
no, she was
Yeah,
nice, but it was it was a little
yeah.
different, but. Yeah, and I certainly don't sound like I'm from where he's living at down there in Tennessee. So
Yeah, you
he's
have
way
nothing.
down south
Yeah.
in Tennessee. So he's like almost to Alabama kind of place.
'Cause
So
we had your brother on the show many, many years ago.
um,
Many
I
years ago.
I think yeah, like way long time ago. Yeah, yeah.
But I don't recall him even remotely having any kind of
An accent? No,
twang or nothing
he
or
sounds like me, except for
yeah.
he sounds a little more
Except
rough.
he sounds like a man, and
Right, there you
you
go.
sound
He
like
sounds
you.
more like a
Yeah,
man. Thanks. Appreciate that.
yeah. He's like a man's man, and you're kind of like Shirley
Yeah.
Temple or
I'm
something.
like,
Yeah,
yeah, exactly. On the
yeah,
good ship.
yeah.
Lollipop. Nice trip
That's
to
my
the
assump. That's just
candy
my
shop.
assumption about you.
Where bonbons play. On the good ship of Peppermint Bay.
That's my assumption about you. So that's
Yeah.
why.
Well, anyway. Thanks.
Thank you.
So So there you go. I mean,
Yeah,
most of the time I didn't
yeah.
talk, but I did. I sent you some random pictures from there because I like to do that and I like to confuse you.
Yeah,
But I
can you
never did.
stop with the upskirting? Stop with the upskirting already, because I
What do you?
really,
What
I
a?
do not
If
appreciate
I
it.
ever sent you an upskirt, the first thing back from you would be more.
You love down blousing.
You would never say stop if I actually did send you an upskirt picture.
Or down blousing
Or
either.
now, yeah, you'd be like, "Hey,
Grr.
hey, did you get yourself one of those selfie sticks?"
It's not too obvious.
So no, he had it was a cool little town, like old school kind of town, and there was an old theater and old Coca-Cola, murals that were from probably the 40s or something.
Wow.
So I walked around while he was, getting cut up and
Oh, was that with like that Coca-Cola sign or
yeah,
something?
yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah.
And while he was getting sliced and diced, I walked around town taking pictures. So,
Yeah, yeah. Is
just
he gonna be okay?
oh, he's fine. He's doing great. I came back.
Okay. Good.
He was doing
Good.
fine, and everybody's on their way now. So
Mm.
yeah, all's well that ends well. I gave him a Star Wars shirt before I left, and he headed over to the box store.
I just assumed he'd like it, so I gave him
Yeah.
because he's a little bit of a.
He said I'm thinking about putting up some hummingbird feeders, and I'll go.
Yo, yeah, you're a jackass. You are a piece of shit. This guy sends me like 20 pictures of hummingbirds. I go, oh, hummingbirds are cool. And he's like, oh, Widow Miles likes hummingbirds.
What's the way you
I'm like,
said it?
what the hell?
It's the way you said it. You're like, hummingbirds are cool.
Oh, so you made an assumption that I was weirdo. I'm a weirdo because I like hummingbirds.
It's just
You made that assumption.
You didn't say, the whole idea of the pictures were that I was so close. I mean, literally, they were flying in my face.
I know you had cool pictures. I go, oh wow, hummingbirds are cool, and this jackass like, yeah, you're gonna be really stupid to like hummingbirds, right, Miles?
Because I was at my brother's place down there in the country, and
this
literally
guy
these
hurts my
hummingbirds were
feelings, and
within.
then he laughs.
I could have reached out and grabbed these hummingbirds. They were that close.
I know. He hurts my feelings, and then he laughs in my face.
Well, that's my. I got t-shirt. I'm gonna need a t-shirt with that.
If I wanted that kind of treatment, I would go to a family reunion. Okay, so don't don't even.
Kiss me. I'm local.